And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Dana, the little girl from Ireland on whom all our hopes are pinned. What can I say about Dana? You know everything already. So, let's just watch the film.
So, have you decided what's going to win? Well, that's a bad idea, because there are two smashing songs to come at 17 and 18. Here for Luxembourg, Vicky Leon Rose. She was born in Corfu, left Greece while a child, and now lives in Hamburg. She represented the Grand Duchy in 1967. Since then, she's been awarded 3 golden discs and also received awards from Japan and America. The conductor for Luxembourg is also the composer. He comes from Hamburg too. His name, Klaus Munro. And the song for Luxembourg is Après toi, After You, sung by Vicky Leon Rose.
Song number 11 coming now in the host country, Luxembourg. Who'll be hoping to make it 2 on the chart, of course, and repeat Vicky Leandros' victory of last year with Après Toi. They could hardly have chosen better than this young lady, Anne-Marie David. The song is very strong, too. It's well fancied to do well in the final shake-up. Tu te reconnaîtras. You will recognize yourself by Vleen Boogie and Claude Morgan.
Mountains, lakes and forests, and of course it's full of blonde Vikings, and this is one of the reasons why it's good for pictures. These are the ABBA group. Born Frida, Anna, who's just beside her with the long blonde hair, and Benny. Now, if you can work that out, that's why they're called ABBA, because in fact it's Benny born Annie Fried and Anna. They made their first record in 1972, and if all the judges were men, which they're not, I'm sure this group would get a lot of votes. You'll see why in a minute. Their song is called, oh, and it's Napoleon. Napoleon, no wonder their song is called Waterloo. This is Sven Olaf Waldorf, who's really entered into the spirit of it all, dressed as Napoleon, waiting for Waterloo by ABBA for Sweden.
The Netherlands entry, and this is the group Teach-In. The Dutch song is really quite a good one, and they're an excellent group who've had a lot of hit titles in Holland itself. The title in the best Eurovision tradition is Dinga Dinga Dong, but don't let me put you off the title, because it's a good song. The lyric by Willy Lurkingha and Eddie Owens. The music composed by Dick Bucher. And this song from Holland requires no explanation by me, but like many other songs of this year, it's going to be sung in English, which is welcome as far as I'm concerned. The audience will shortly welcome, and in fact they are, the musical director for Holland, Harry van Hoof.
Brotherhood of Man have been together for 3 years now. They consist of Martin Lee from Surrey, he's 25, Lee Sheridan, also 25, from Bristol, and a couple of 24-year-old girls, Nikki Stevens from Wales and Sandra Stevens from Yorkshire, no relation. And their song, Save Your Kisses for Me, was written by the two boys, together with Tony Hiller. I said they were confident. I asked them if they had any complaints, and they all shouted, no complaints. Very shortly, that confidence is to be put to the test. Brotherhood of Man.
The song is called L'Oiseau et l'Enfant, the bird and the child. You can't say this program isn't educational. The co-writers are Jean-Paul Carcat and Jo Grassi, both well known in their native country and indeed internationally. The singer, Marie Myriam, is Congolese-born of French nationality, and like many of the artists on this show, has quite a good deal of experience in this type of contest. The song, 16-1. That's shared with Israel, which is also 16-1.
Now then, this is the Israeli entry. He's full of beans, this fella. Izar Cohen is his name, and he's linking Nurit Hirsch, who is the only female musical director taking part in the contest. Izar Cohen's group is Alpha Beta. Press the button, girl. All in white, and Ishar is 27. He's twice won the Israel Song Festival. He comes from Israel's answer to the Trapp family. All of the family are singers and musicians. Must be held to be their neighbors. There's Baccarat. Yeah, very professional. That was a good performance, dancing and singing. But as I say, tremendous similarity between that and their previous two hits, which were enormous sellers all over Europe. They were with the Luxembourg entry. And coming out of the lift in announcer 2 will be Alpha Beta, Nahama Shutan, Esther Zuberi, Lisa Gold, Isaac Okev, and Reuven Eres. And they're dancers as well as singers. That's the applause, and the best applause for a conductor for the night, because, of course, she's female. If he was female, of course, it would be tremendous, even more. Nurit Hirsch, this is, conducting the orchestra for the Israel entry, song number 18. The song is called Abba Nibi, it's called. And here come Alpha Beta. Simple, peasant smocks, cream trousers, the girls all in white.
Well, now, they were the winners, the surprise winners last year, and that is indeed why we're here in Jerusalem this year. The entry from Israel, can they repeat their success? And that's what the weather's been rather like here today, as a matter of fact. I say, can they repeat their success? Well, there's a very strong feeling here that they can. Whether you'll agree or not, I don't know. It's a song called Hallelujah, Israel's entry for this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Words by Shimrit Or, music by Kobi Ashrat. And here he is to conduct the orchestra.
On to song 17.
Is ballad Oignach Romansolé. What's
It's an Irish announcer, Thelma Mansfield, speaking in Gaelic, O'Shea Mahogany Gas Pipe. Although Thelma Mansfield is announcing in Gaelic, the song will be sung in English by Johnny Logan. And chorus. He's probably, at least in my opinion, the best singer in the contest. He got a remarkable range. Very good singer. The song is What's Another Year? It's been written by Shay Healy, who's the press and information officer for the Irish television service itself. He's been going around with a T-shirt all week saying, "It is imperative that I win this contest." No point in not being honest and straight about the thing.
Aróníocht Eurovision is Noel Keelan.
United Kingdom's entry from Bucks Fizz, Making Your Mind Up. There they go. I think they're going for a spin around Dublin Bay. And the group are Cheryl, Mike, Bobby, and Jay. That's as you'll see them on the stage. Cheryl and Jay in the front there, that's Cheryl. She has sung before in this contest with Coco in 1978. It's Bobby. And that's Mike, a Nolan brother. The last time the United Kingdom won this contest was in 1975, you remember, with Brotherhood of Man and Save Your Kisses for Me. They're the composers, Andy Hill and John Danta. Little confusion with the Irish money. They're not alone there. Yes, times are hard. Bucks Fizz, they'll get a very warm reception. United Kingdom groups always do here in Dublin. Conductor is John Coleman, looking calm and rested, yet confident. The United Kingdom's entry, Making Your Mind Up, from Bucks Fizz. It's the German entry, song 18. Now he's got a little flag. Surprisingly, Germany have never won this contest. Isn't that Deutschland über alles I'm listening to? This one's been very well thought of at rehearsals. It's an excellent backing group. The girl herself sings to her own guitar accompaniment, and there's the opening few phrases are with the harp, and it sounds very nice. The girl is called Nicole from Saarbrücken, 17 years of age. The words are by Bernd Meinunger, who's written previously for Eurovision Song Contests, and Ralf Segel, who has done the same, a veteran of the Grand Prix. Ein bisschen Frieden, it's called. A little bit of peace, a little bit of peace, a little bit of sun. Heavens, they're hearty looking, aren't they? A little bit of sun for this earth on which we live. A little bit of peace, a little bit of gladness, a little bit of warmth is what I long for. Striking the right note, I'd say. They'll never fit on the stage, will they? The flowers of our Harrogate Spring Festival here, making such a lovely background for the whole contest. There's the lovely girl herself, 17-year-old Nicole. Ein bisschen Frieden, the final song of the contest.
Now, last but certainly not least, Germany, and their conductor is Norbert Daum. And singing the German entry, Nicole.
And the final song is the Luxembourg entry. I confess to a sneaking regard for both the singer and the song. Si la vie est cadeau, if life is a gift. One of the best singers in the contest, Corinne Hermes, striking girl with striking pale eyes. If life is a gift, to be given then taken back, a stolen gift, then take love as a gift.
Song Contest 1983. Der 20. Beitrag kommt aus Luxemburg. The final song of the Song Contest is coming from Luxembourg. La chanson finale de notre concours Eurovision de la chanson nous vient de Luxembourg. Si la vie est cadeau. Texte, lyrics, paroles par Alain Garcia. Componiste, composer, compositeur, Jean-Pierre Miller. Der Dirigent, the conductor, le chef d'orchestre, Michel Bernholk.
Michel Bernholk is also a composer and a record producer.
Und es singt Performing Artist, interprété par Corinne Hermes.
Corinne Hermes with a backing group of 5. Si la vie est cadeau, if life is a gift.
You may have detected a faint Manhattan twang in the fair Desiree's English delivery. That's because nowadays she lives and works in the United States, as indeed do the Hermes brothers, who will shortly sing their hearts out for Sweden. Incidentally, each country's contribution will be introduced by this kind of brief, whimsical, not to say symbolic, little film. This is how our director sees Sweden. A yellow submarine in a sardine can. Herries are 3 brothers, Per, Richard and Louis. The words of the Swedish song are by Britt Lindebøde. The music is written by Torni Söderberg. The Swedish commentator, Kurt Erik Hörnqvist, is the conductor.
It's Norway next. Dear neighbours, of course. This, as your trained eyes will tell you, is an oil platform. Gothenburg used to be a shipbuilding centre in Scandinavia. Now it mostly makes oil platforms launched onto the Göta River. Again, your trained senses will tell you this will be a songwriter, and it is. Rolf Løvland, who wrote the words and the music for the Norwegian entry. La det svinge. Let it swing. Don't let him touch anything important there. He's only a songwriter. The interpreter are Bobby Socks, two perky blondes from Norway. I fancy I've seen them do their stuff for Norway previously. Elizabeth and Hanne. And I don't think they're going to get 0 point with this, which is the Norwegian tradition. It's one of their best entries for a long time. Make it swing, make it rock and roll. Hard to argue with that kind of thing.
Nu kommer Norge. Another of our neighbor countries. The Norwegian entry is called La det svinge, Let it swing. And performers are Hanne Krog och Elisabeth Andreasson. Together they make up Bobby Socks. Conductor, Terje Fjern.
The conductors are the things to look at, aren't they? The style is stunning.
And indeed, many good judges think that the next song is a potential winner as well. The Bergen Fish Market. I can smell it from here. It introduces the Belgian entry. It's got a catchy chorus and is called I Love Life.
Parmi les plus jeunes, voici Sandra Kim qui nous interprète J'aime la vie. I Love Life, sings Sandra Kim from Belgium, in spite of being the youngest participating artist in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. She is already an experienced artist. And conductor, Jo Carlier.
Song 20 is the Irish entry. They won in 1970 with Dana and in 1980 with Johnny Logan. And Johnny Logan is going to sing their song this evening. He won it in 1980 with Shea Healy's What's Another Year. This song, Hold Me Now, Johnny Logan wrote himself. Architecture and wrought iron, I think we're looking at here, and very nice too. Just like our house. Sean Sherrard is the pseudonym of J. Logan Esquire. And this is the boy himself, a second bite at the cherry. It's a very good song, well thought of.
Chacun se souvient de la victoire sans précédent de Johnny Logan à l'Eurovision en 1980. En 7 ans, il s'est construit une belle carrière d'auteur-compositeur. Johnny Logan is looking and singing better than ever and represents Ireland in this year's Eurovision Song Contest with his own ballad, Hold Me Now. And the conductor is Noel Keelan.
It's Noel Keelan, but Noel suits him better, really.
Now, the very first country to host the Eurovision Song Contest in 1956, and I wasn't even born, was Switzerland. And in an extraordinary coincidence, they won their own competition. They almost won again a couple of years later in Norway. And this year's song has the same composer as that entry. The singer, who was born in Canada, is Céline Dion, and her song is called Ne partez pas sans moi.
A voulu que la Yougoslavie soit le 22e et ultime pays à tenter sa chance. L'attente a dû sembler bien longue au chef d'orchestre Nikita Kalogera et au groupe Priva, qui est sans doute impatient d'interpréter Rock Me.
Mais avant cela, nous allons faire un peu connaissance avec ces 5 jeunes artistes venus de Zadar, au bord de l'Adriatique. Partagés entre les musiques méditerranéennes et slaves, ils ont opté pour le pop universel, qui semble avoir exercé sur eux une influence décisive.
Spaghetti, so it must be Italy. Song number 19, the coastline of Italy. The beaches, the sun, the folk dancing, and the famous La Scala of Milan. The song will be sung by Toto Cutugno, who also wrote the words and the music. Toto's probably better known as a songwriter in his native land. He won the Sanremo Festival in 1980. The song is called, again, it's another one with the night of the main chance, altogether 1992. Ah, Rome, the eternal city. Now, Italy won in 1964, but nothing since then. They placed 9th last year, which is the best they've done for a long time. Their big winner was years ago, you remember, Gigliola Cinquetti with Noholeta. This is the man, Toto.
Al nord, in Svezia, 8º paese in gara. Un paese che ha già vinto 2 volte l'Eurofestival. Allora, da Stoccolma al Teatro Cinecittà, al 15, Carola. Ha già partecipato a un altro Eurofestival e si classificò al 3° posto. Intanto ci vediamo la cartolina di Carola.
Non voglio mica la luna, chiedo soltanto di stare in disparte, sognare, non stare a pensare più a te. Non voglio mica la luna, voglio soltanto un momento per riscaldarmi la pelle, guardare le stelle e avere più tempo per me.
Bello questo abbinamento di Carola con Fiordaliso. Non voglio mica la luna. Brava Carola. Allora, la canzone di Carola si chiama Fonad oven storm wind, che vuol dire presa in una tempesta. Dirige il maestro Anders Berilund. Giusto? Canta Carola. Tac tac.
And this is another hot one. Ireland never do badly in this contest. They've had a couple of seconds. They've won it a couple of times. Indeed, well, sorry, they've won it more than a couple of times. In fact, this song is written by a man who's won it a couple of times in his own right, Johnny Logan. Wrote the words and the music to this. And he's also written
a Eurovision song or Eurovision entry that came second for this very girl, Linda Martin. There's a vague look of Stephanie Powers about her. I think I'm reaching the stage in life and I'm beginning to think that everybody looks like everybody else. There's a backing group here of what I can only take. I think I know him. A backing group of what I take to be Irish bank clerks in this. They are driving the old cattle home down the Boreen. Views of Ireland. Stuart Morris's house in Connemara. And these two boats. The Irish entry is Why Me? Words and music by Johnny himself. And this man, one of the great hardy annuals and heroes of the Eurovision, Noel Keelan. The Irish entry. The Irish entry next, of course, they won it last year with Linda Martin. And the young lady who's singing for Ireland is Niamh Kavanagh. She's 25. There she is. She's from Dublin. She works in a bank. And there was an ad in the Irish Times this morning from Allied Irish Banks. And it said, "Good luck tonight, Niamh, and take Monday off." It's In Your Eyes, the Irish song, and it's the favourite. And once again, Niamh showing off Irish textures, Irish colours, Irish fashions on a deserted beach like nearly all the beaches in County Donegal, which is that Irish geographical anomaly, a part of the Republic of Ireland that's more northerly than Northern Ireland. This is Noel Keelan conducting the concert orchestra. The Irish entry, this could win it. Aubergine is the Irish colour this year, and naturally the home crowd are giving it a good cheering on. Jerry Ryan.
Next we have the Irish entry, Paul Harrington and Charlie McGettigan performing Rock and Roll Kids. But first, let's take a look at what we humbly consider to be the Boulevard Saint-Germain of Dublin.
The old Boulevard Saint-Germain of Dublin turns out to be Grafton Street. You won't see a duck on the Boulevard Saint-Germain, I can tell you. At Bewley's Oriental Cafe. The smell of coffee from that place would knock you down in the street. Dublin's a restaurant. Don't expect this to be awfully quiet, because this, of course, introduces the Irish entry, and they're going for 3 on the trot. They've won 2 in a row, and I wouldn't put it past them, because they can do this. Bit of fruit, very nice. The youngest population of any European capital. The place is swarming with children. And a certain cosmopolitan flair. It's a great city, Dublin. Great street life, and a lot of food. And everybody wants to be you too. It's the Irish flag. The composer is Brendan Graham of the Irish song, wrote the lyrics and the music. These are the performers: Paul Harrington on the left, Charlie McGettigan. They even sing in restaurants. And it's Rock and Roll Kids. That's the title. It'll be thunderous applause for this. Noel Keelan is the conductor. And they think they have a really good chance with this song, and I certainly wouldn't put it past Ireland to win again. This is Cavan Monaghan you're looking at here now, and it will introduce Norway, which is famous, of course, for getting 0 point 2 years in succession. But they're not going to do it this year, particularly as I drew them in our little raffle, and I have a sneaking regard for them. Well, I'd have to. It's called Nocturne, the Norwegian song, performed by Secret Garden. Written and composed by Peter Skovland and Rolf Lofland. Secret Garden was formed from a partnership between Rolf Lofland and the Irish violinist Fionnuala Sherry, who you'll see, blonde girl, playing the old fiddle during the song. The two met at the Eurovision Song Contest in Dublin last year, and Secret Garden was the result. Gunhild Tvinnereim is the singer, and it's an unusual effort, this, and I think it might do well for Norway. Hope springing eternal. I think this entry owes as much to the Irish musical tradition as the Norwegian. There's going to be a lot of fishing in these little postcards, so you want to get used to that. Nocturne for Norway. That's the conductor, Geir Langslet. See how you like this. The Norwegian entry.
Song number 5. Country 17, Ireland.
Amy.
Connor.
Cora.
Neil. Ronan.
And my name is Emer.
That's the gang. Emer Quinn, she does most of the singing. 23 years of age, graduate in environmental resource management and currently completing a second year in music at Maynooth University. Ireland, of course, have won the contest more than anybody else in 70 and 80, 81, 92, 93 and 94. And they're considered to have a very good chance this year with this particular song, which is called The Voice. Music and lyrics are by Brendan Graham, who succeeded before in the Eurovision Song Contest. The ice that is so much part of Norway. They make these wonderful sculptures in glass to represent the ice. We've seen plenty of it since we came here, though not much of it in any spirit glass. But enough of that. You don't want me belly aching here. Glad to be here. You'll find definite echoes of Bill Whelan's music for Riverdance in this Irish entry.
I'd like to wish Emer Quinn and her backing musicians the very best of luck tonight.
Well, why wouldn't you? Noel Keelan, he's been doing this longer than I have. He's aging better than I am as well. The Voice, the Irish entry.
It's the United Kingdom's turn next. Song 24, the one you can't vote for, okay? No use trying. You can't vote for the UK song. But you vote for your favourite when we reprise the numbers. Just after we reprise the numbers. This open to the Atlantic wind and waves. Big cheer for the UK as they sneak on stage. I think this is the United Kingdom's best chance since Michael Ball in 1992. It's sort of anthemic offering, selected by Radio 2 listeners and viewers of the lottery, a fine body of men and women. If you want a definition of a Eurovision song, this is it. Did anybody see a lobster there? Love Shine a Light, of course. Music and lyrics by Kimberly Rue. This group, Katrina and the Waves, had a big hit, 85, Walking on Sunshine. This, of course, is the joint favourite along with Ireland. And I think this could win for the United Kingdom, provided we don't have too much political voting. That's Katrina herself. Love Shine a Light for the United Kingdom. That's Don Airy conducting the RTE Concert Orchestra. This'll take the roof off.
Magnificently homespun crowd. Now this next one is the one that's got, well, half of all the publicity. The other half has gone to the song that immediately follows this. This is the Israeli entry from Dana International, a very far cry from the fine young lady who attempted to be president of Ireland last year. Dana International is different. And so is Gildo. He's coming up next. So get ready for Eurovision with a difference. This is Arts, of course, Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery. And then, in one leap, to the Custard Factory. Used to be the home of Bird's Custard. Oh, I love that. You never get a Bird's Custard nowadays. A complex of 200 studios, galleries, restaurants, dance studios. Terrific. And there it is, the Israeli flag. Song is Diva. Svika Pik is the composer. Yoav Gina is the lyricist. Dana International is the understated singer. Let it go.
She's gone. The favourite for the contest is next, the Swedish entry, song number 15. What have we here? Ah, David and Bathsheba. David, king, the son of Jesse, king of Judah, fell in love with Bathsheba when he saw her washing in the roof of a house. She was married at the time, and, well, one thing led to another. The family didn't turn out so well. Oh, I was afraid. We couldn't have been that lucky. We had to have a bit of that. Charlotte Nilsson, 24, sings for Sweden. It was written by Lars Didriksson and Gert Längstrand. Gert is a man's name in Sweden. Where's this then? Must be a lat.
Never been there, but they've got a lot of friends who go. They tell me it looks a bit like that. Or either that or it's Benidorm. Now, this pert Swedish miss is a touch heavy on a face full of hair.
Off they go. The cheers and rousting of the next guys. Two old boys from Denmark. This is the old geezer's number. Hey, lovely. Denmark. This is an apartment building in Stockholm. Not the Mae West, as you can see. In the evening, a bit of time-lapse editing here. Huh? And the lights going on all over Stockholm. But it gets dark early. It's about 2 in the afternoon now. And actually, it's a PH5 lamp, which invented by a man from Denmark. Fair enough. The Olsen brothers will be singing this. Decent fellas. They wrote it. Well, Jorgen Olsen, one of them wrote it. Jorgen and Niels, very reminiscent of the gentle rock and roll kids that won for Ireland some years ago. 2 men, 2 guitars, and guaranteed 12 points from Iceland. 1 for the old geezers and gals, this.
The Estonian entry. What's wrong with this fella? Oh, this is Terminal 3 of the airport, I know. He's waiting for the brother. And of course, my experience at Copenhagen airport tends to go by. It takes you longer to walk from the plane to the actual exit than it takes you to fly to Copenhagen from London. Here he is, look at he's exhausted. The Estonian entry, and Estonia have always been in the top 10 since they entered in '94. It's called Everybody, Mayan Anakarmas and Ivar Must. It's going to be sung by Tanal Pada, who's 20, and Dave Benton, who's 50. And Tanal comes from Estonia. Dave is from Aruba. Every night's a Friday night. Ladies, this sure feels right. Hey now. We got Turkey next. They keep coming at you, you know. Every way that I can, this is going to be sung in English. This is the Open Air Art Museum at Pedvalde, about 120 kilometers from Riga. The lady is Sertab Erener, and she wrote it along with Demir Khan. You'll find that this is a breath of the Mystic East, and indeed full of crowd-pleasing crawling and groping. And indeed, the navel gets full play in this. It's very refreshing. Song number 4, Turkish entry.
You'll need some strong drink for the next one. Thank heaven ours has just arrived. Unfortunately, the man with the ice was accosted by the security and still trying to get into the building. This is the House of the Virgin Mary from Ephesus, and it's an entirely inappropriate way of introducing the Ukrainian entry, song 10, Wild Dances by Ruslana and Alexander Gastnafontov, more or less. Ruslana will be singing it, if singing is the word we're looking for. You'll have to make up your mind whether this is a song contest or a dance contest. But get ready for Xena, warrior princess. The Goths are coming.
What delights can we feast our eyes on now? Very nice. Well, unless I miss my guess, we've got Finland next. Now you've got to be strapped into your seats for the Finnish entry. It's called Hard Rock Hallelujah. And really, it's the return of the Klingons and the Orcs. And this one has got everything. Everything. Some of the worst cases of broken veins I've ever seen. As far as the Eastern Bloc voting is concerned, be interesting. Roger Cicero, brave effort from Germany, I'd say. I can't make head or tail of this little film. This is about girls and a night out in Helsinki. Up to roguery. It will introduce the Serbian entry, who's a lady called Maria, and the song is called Molitva, written by Vladimir and Sasha Milosevic. Well, what fun, eh? Ah, the Christmas lights. And it's not even snowing. We'll probably fix that in a moment or two. Now this, Maria, is a homely looking girl and getting support from what looked like 5 prison wardresses. She must have rushed on stage, didn't have time to tuck in her shirt or do up her tie.
Bookie's favourite is up next. Norway, represented by Alexander Rybak, singing a song he composed himself, Fairy Tale. In fairness, it is wildly catchy, and he is a very engaging young performer. I'm sure you'll like it. I did 3 days ago. I have to admit, though, having heard it quite a few times, Alexander now has a face I'd quite like to slap. The bookies claim the next song might do very well. You'll be surprised to learn it's from Germany. Yes, they've really made an effort this year. They had a big talent search called Our Star for Oslo, and it was won by this young girl, Lina. I think she's sort of quirky. She's in the style of Björk, Lily Allen, Gabriella Chilmi, that kind of thing. The song Satellite has already been a huge #1 in Germany, and so they know it all across Europe. It's gone platinum already. High hopes for this in Germany. They've had a run of quite bad performances in Eurovision. This could turn their fortunes round. Well, this is Denmark, song 18. And it is by far the bookies' favourite, and up until recently the fans' favourite as well. Her name is Emily de Forest. The song is called Only Teardrops. Since the semi-finals, it's been selling like hotcakes, and it's in lots of download charts all across Europe. And you'll hear it gets a huge roar here from the neighbouring Swedish fans. Denmark last won in 2000 with the Olsen brothers, Fly on the Wings of Love. It's a cute song, but I don't think it's a standout song. You'll notice that every time I come back to the stadium, all those wristbands are in the colours of the flag. Clever. Okay, here we go. It's song number 11 for Austria. The song, Rise Like a Phoenix. The performer, Conchita Wurst. She is the Eurovision darling. She's all anybody's talking about. She's the creation of Tom Neuwirth, who describes it as a drag act, but takes it very seriously. The song is beautifully staged, and I hope it does very well tonight. It really, really should. It deserves to. Austria haven't won the competition for 49 years. Listen to that crowd. They love her already. Good luck, Conchita Wurst. This is the bookies' favourite. That's Mans Sommerlo, and the song is Heroes. I have to say, it is one of the cleverest bits of staging that I've seen at Eurovision. It's very simple. It's all just done with front projection, but it is so clever and imaginative. and truly effective. Good-looking guy, big pop song with touches of electro folk. This might be our winner. Now, did you know that the Mars suit, for that's what he's wearing here, was developed by the Austrian Space Forum? This could just be gobbledygook, but I'm reading it out, why not? And this is the Dachstein Ice Cave. That ice is 500 years old. What if the wine is cold? This could be our winner. Song 10 for Sweden. Next up is Portugal. Now, Portugal have never won and have been waiting 53 years, longer than any other country. But tonight, it is extremely likely that may change. This young man is called Salvador Sobral, and the song is Amor Peluche Deutsch. And it really is Marmite. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but the people who like it absolutely love it. In a night of bells and whistles and gizmos and gimmicks, this is something completely different. It's very simple, it's a sort of nostalgic tune, a bit like something from La La Land, and he appears to be completely unfazed. It's just a boy in his bedroom singing a song written by his sister. Portugal, song 11. It is also song number 9. This is traditionally where I would urge you to raise whatever is in front of you, a glass, a cup, a mug, and toast the memory of the late great Sir Terry Wogan, the man who was and always will be the voice of Eurovision. Sir Terry. And what a fitting song to do it to, because this is the clear bookie's favourite. Loreen, the returning champion. She won with her big pop anthem, Euphoria, in 2012. And now she's back with Tattoo. I don't know if streaming figures mean anything when it comes to votes, but this has been streamed in excess of 55 million times. It's got to mean something. It is a great song. She performs it so well. She is such a star. There's no sense of her being a contestant. She's just at a Loreen concert. The staging is also special. Stick with it. When it starts, she looks a bit like bacon on a slab, but then it opens up into something cinematic and epic. Sit back and enjoy Song 9. Okay, it's Song 21. Aw, it's the last person who won for Switzerland, Celine Dion. Tonight, they're pinning their hopes on Nemo, and their hopes are high. Their song is called The Code, and the song is terrific. Nemo's voice is flawless, but the staging is something we really haven't seen at Eurovision before. They use a sort of, I don't know what you call it, it's like a sort of lazy Susan, except, well, by the end it's sort of an overworked Susan, an exhausted Susan. But it really is astonishing. This is one of the favourites to win. Nemo for Switzerland and The Code.